So that's the overview. And I wanted to see what they're dealing with. So if they came from an addictive home or an abusive home, or one where they learn not to talk about their feelings, you can help them see that that's something they learned, that they can practice a new way to communicate. We've got an individual who's just shared with you that that's where she came from, and she can't get along with her husband because he works all the time, and whenever she tries to talk to him about it, he walls her off and watches TV. So I sit them down on the couch together because they've been apart for a few minutes, and I have an easel in my office, and it has some variation of this on it. It's actually written by hand, so it doesn't feel as formal. And I tell them they're going to hear my 2-minute blurb. I say to them, everybody that comes to my office, whether they're coming for individual counseling, couples counseling, or divorce mediation, gets my blurb. Are you ready? So here it goes. I believe we all have a healthy self. And when we're in self, we're calm, clear, compassionate, courageous, well, actually with them, I just start with, we all have a healthy self. And when we're in self, we're calm, clear, and compassionate. But we're not always in self, right? We're in parts. And I go to the easel. We're in exiles, managers, or extreme parts. Then I move to one side of the easel, and I say some of us exile our sadness and our hurt and our fear and our vulnerability. And some of us hide away our anger too, because it wasn't safe to be angry. But this is the ultimate. What about me? Who's going to want love and care for me the way I need? This is our inner child. So when we don't want to deal with our exiles, we go out in the world and we manage. Some of us manage by being angry or caretaking or distant or judgmental or perfectionistic. But a lot of us put on what I call a pseudo self, where we look like we're in self, but we're really having these feelings underneath that we're not attending to. And this is the way our mind works, our ego works. And then we get extreme. When those managers can't contain the exiles, out come extreme parts, and they fight with each other. So we might go have an affair, get depressed, get addicted to work or shopping or drugs or alcohol. We might eat too much, have panic attacks, get enraged, decide we want a divorce, go shopping, put up walls. But these are ways to numb. These are ways to be reactive. And then what I do is I go to the board and I put 2 squares on the board. And I say, if I could draw, these would be castles. And hiding in the dungeon, afraid to be seen, are the exiles. Standing guard are the managers, making sure there's no threat. And if there is a threat, out come the extreme parts fighting with each other. And the only way for safety to happen is for self to be present. And my job is to get you to self. So that's my blurb. And with the exiles, I just remind them that we all have them. We all push aside feelings that we don't want to feel. And we manage the best we can. But then we get reactive, and sometimes we get reactive and hire an attorney to get reactive for us. So when they see this on my board or on my easel, it's kind of like, oh, I'm not crazy. I'm not the only one who feels this way, and it's pretty normal, I guess. And then what I let them know, even in the first session, is that they came into the relationship each needing something different based on their family of origin. And I help the woman understand that maybe because she was one of 6 children and her father was an alcoholic, she never learned how to ask for what she needed. And it's important for her to do the work she needs to do to have more confidence in herself and unburden that pain and get more courageous in asking for what she needs. But I remind the individual or the couple that until now, they've done the best they knew how to do, that they can learn a new method of communication, both for the sake of the children, if they have any, and also to set them free. So even if they're in the middle of a divorce or post-divorce, it's freedom, it's compassion. And depending on how spiritual they might be, I mentioned that their partner is an angel to help heal burdens from the past, because the partner is going to trigger them in all the ways they are triggered in order for healing to happen.